evening. This is Akashvani Kohima. I'm Kahar with the evening news. The headlines. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman lauds goods and services tax meetings as shining examples of cooperative federalism. Parliamentary Standing Committee to discuss Uniform Civil Court tomorrow. Central Nagaland Tribes Council urges 22nd Law Commission of India to uphold the idea of India based on unity in diversity. And Kohima to Kargil motorcycle expedition flagged off to commemorate Kargil Diwas. Now the news in detail. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has lauded the Goods and Services Tax (GST) meetings as shining examples of cooperative federalism. Presiding over 6th GST Day in New Delhi yesterday, Sitharaman emphasized the positive impact of GST on consumers with lower tax incidence on common use items compared to pre-GST rates. She said GST helped increase revenue buoyancy of the state. During her address, the Finance Minister highlighted the benefits of GST to micro, small and medium enterprises by easing compliance through measures like the composition scheme and quarterly return with monthly payment. She emphasized that technology has been the centerpiece of the GST facilitation revolution, enabling its success. Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice will hold a meeting on the Uniform Civil Court UCC tomorrow. Committee head and BJP Rajya Sabha MP Sushil Modi informed that the panel will seek the views of the stakeholders on the matter. He added the meeting on the committee is non-political as the panel has members from all political parties. The UCC proposes to formulate and implement personal laws of citizens which apply to all citizens equally regardless of their religion, sex, gender and sexual orientation. Currently, the personal laws of various committees and communities are governed by their religious scriptures. On the 14th of last month, the Law Commission of India solicited the views and ideas of the public and recognized religious organizations to examine the UCC. Public can send the views on the matter till the 14th of this month. The Central Nagaland Tribes Council (CNTC) has urged the 22nd Law Commission of India to uphold the idea of India based on unity in diversity. In a press release, it said the 21st Law Commission, while examining matters in relation to Uniform Civil Court (UCC), received substantial response from stakeholders and had finally summed up its report in 2018 by terming UCC as undesirable and unnecessary. It said, unfortunately, the Union government is yet to take any action on recommendations made by 21st Law Commission for the past 5 years. Imposing untested laws alien to the tribal communities will have severe repercussions, it said. The CNTC said constitutional safeguards provided to Nagaland is the umbilical cord that connects Nagaland with the Indian Union, and any law that can override these constitutional safeguards will sever the connection. It further said, Constitution of India recognizes diversity and plurality among the people of India, and therefore UCC in its present form is against the idea of India. Eastern Army Commander Lieutenant General R.P. Kalita today flagged off the first of its kind motorcycle expedition undertaken by the Indian Army from Kohima to Kargil. Addressing the event in Kohima, the General Officer Commanding-in-Chief said, the expedition is being conducted to commemorate commencement of 25 years of Operation Vijay, wherein brave Naga warriors enriched the soil of northern borders by their blood towards safeguarding the territorial integrity of our motherland. The expedition is led by valiant Mashko warriors and will traverse across over 3,700 kilometers from Kohima to Kargil through 8 states and 2 union territories. The expedition will be flagged in on Kargil Vijay Diwas on 26 July at Kargil War Memorial. Nagaland Tourism and Higher Education Minister Timjan Imnalong called on Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan in New Delhi yesterday. Minister Imnalong apprised the Education Minister about the progress of implementation of new education policy 2020 in various colleges and universities in Nagaland. Imnalong in a tweet said, the Union Minister's continued support and assurances will go a long way in rebuilding Nagaland's education sector. This news comes to you from Akashvani Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Science and Technology Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh has said that startups' intellectual property rights protection is aimed at promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. Speaking at the National Intellectual Property Festival in New Delhi, Dr. Singh said the filing of intellectual property rights, including patents and trademark by startups, along with industry linkages, will encourage innovation and motivate enterprise in India. He said that the time taken for the registration of trademark process has come down to 1 month, which was more than 1 year earlier. The government had launched a scheme, Startups Intellectual Property Protection, for encouraging innovation and creativity of startups. The startups are given an 80% rebate on patent filing fees and a facility for expedited examination of patent applications. Union Minister of Women and Child Development Smriti Irani has said that government has helped in reuniting 3 lakh missing children with their families in the last 9 years. She also mentioned that government has also helped over 7 lakh children in the same period. Irani said this while addressing the regional symposium on child protection, safety and child welfare in New Delhi today. In her keynote address, she said government has taken several initiatives to ensure children's development and protection in the country. She said Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act was amended. Stressing on child adoption process in the country, the minister said adoption law also has been simplified so that any interested persons could adopt a child without appearing in court. Chemical and Fertilizer Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia has said that the country is aiming to manufacture 44 crore bottles of nano-urea annually by the year 2025. He said 9 plants will be set up across the country to achieve the target. Dr. Mandavia highlighted the merits of nano-urea, saying that the urea absorption rate by crops is 80% in the case of nano-urea, whereas the traditional urea absorption rate is only 30%. He said nano-urea is cost-effective and demonstrated an increase in crop yield. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar is scheduled to visit Assam on the 3rd of this month. Dhankar will be the chief guest at the 25th convocation of the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati. He will also have an interactive session with the students. During his day-long visit, the Vice President will also visit the Kamakhya temple to offer his prayers. Akashvani Kohima has extended the last date for submission of application form for engagement of part-time correspondence PTCs for Kohima, Peran, Pek and Mon districts to 3rd July. Necessary details and prescribed application forms may be collected from the news section of Akashvani Kohima during the office hour. The India Meteorological Department IMD has said that the southwest monsoon has covered the entire country. The Weather Office said it has covered the entire India 6 days before the normal date of 8 July. Meanwhile, IMD has predicted fairly widespread to widespread light, moderate rainfall with isolated heavy to very heavy falls very likely over the northeastern states during the next 5 days. Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 23.6 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 17.5 degrees Celsius. The rainfall recorded was 4 mm with relative humidity of 84%. And now, to end the news, here are the main points once again. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman lauds goods and services tax meetings as shining examples of cooperative federalism. Parliamentary Standing Committee to discuss Uniform Civil Court tomorrow. Central Nagaland Tribes Council urges 22nd Law Commission of India to uphold the idea of India based on unity in diversity. And Kohima to Kargil motorcycle expedition flagged off to commemorate Kargil Diwas. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.